Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays kids more worried about the...
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the 6th video, and this is going to be covering Shaman. Now, for Shaman, since every single spec is pretty viable and quite popular in Arena, I'm going to try and cover all 3 specs for you guys. So without further ado, I think I'll begin with the Elemental. Now, Elemental is a caster, so it does long range fighting as opposed to short range fighting, otherwise known as melee. And what you pretty much want to do is it's quite dependent, or used to be, as I remember, quite dependent on your lava bursts. Now, I did have my lava burst on the bar, but it's actually been moved. I'm gonna have to quickly find that. What a pain. I should have checked that really before I started recording. That's a big shame. I'm gonna swap that with that. I will put that here at shift 2. Okay, so you've got 2 charges of lava burst, and the reason I have that is because of my talent here, which is Echo of the Elements. I will explain why I went for the talents I went for. Actually, the talents are going to be relatively the same for every single spec that I do, because I believe they're the best for Shaman. There's Nature's Guardian, that when your health goes below 30%, your maximum health is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. So you get a bit more health when you drop below 30%, which just keeps you out of kill shot range for that extra bit longer. This is all dependent on who you're against. For example, if you're against a class that roots you a lot with charge or whatever, for example a warrior and a mage, Windwalk Totem would be really good. So WMD Windwalk Totem would be really good against. If you're against warrior and DK though in TSG, Earth Grab will be the better one. Please note that Earth Grab replaces the Earthbind Totem. Earthbind slows your enemies, and Earth Grab completely roots them. So if I went to the Windwalk Totem, that would go back to the Earthbind Totem. So Call of the Elements resets the cooldown on all totems that has a cooldown less than 3 minutes, which is quite a crucial cooldown, I'd say, and probably one that's required. I've already gone over Echo of the Elements. Rushing Stream just means your healing stream totem now heals 2 targets for 15% of the additional healing, so it's 2 targets and not 1 target. And then Unleash Fury empowers your Unleash Flame, causing it to also increase the damage done with Lightning Bolt by 30% and Lava Burst by 10% for 10 seconds. I just got to find that move quickly, as I don't have it on my bars. Oh wait, no, it's a passive. It used to be a move even, so it's just the Unleash Flame. I do have that on my bars. So what you do in Arena with this is you just want to dot up when it comes off for cooldown your targets. You want to keep up your Lightning Shield as well. I believe they've still got Fulmination, whatever it's called in the game. Here we go. There's a proc there, which means your next Lava Surge is instant, because there's another proc there. That's what Elemental does. You get that proc, because otherwise you've got to cast it. When you get a proc, it resets one of your lava bursts. So, for example, I've just used that there. I'm going to dot him up again. I got 1 charge down here, if you can see, and then I got the 2nd charge. Did you see that? I will I will try and show you guys again one more time. I got 1 charge there. I'm going to quickly use that. So now I have 0 charges, 4 seconds till I get it back, 3, 2, there's 1 charge there, and I got 1 charge back from the recharge, if you guys saw that. So that's pretty much what you do. If you dot off that there, I'll quickly cover that. That is the Mastery. I will quickly go over that for you guys. Okay. Mastery. Your damaging spells insulate the earth around you to come to your aid for 6 seconds, repeatedly dealing 855 fire damage to your most recently attacked target. Also increases the damage of your earthquake by 43%. So it's just a really small thing that you get with the where the earth comes up and just strikes them, kind of like, yeah, there we go, Phew, just getting stabbed like that. Okay, so that's pretty much what you have to do as elemental. The procs are really kind of important for you because it's where your main source of damage comes in. Your lightning bolt is to be used as well because you build up your lightning shield, and I need to try and find it if it's still there. It is. While lightning shield is active, damage and multi-strike damage from your lightning bolt chain lightning spells generate an additional lightning shield charge up to a maximum of 15. Your earthshock spell will consume any charges beyond 1, dealing their total damage to the enemy. So it's a really good finishing move. If I get 10 stacks like this, that's my earthshock ability. I can use that, boom. And if I go to here, my actions, I don't want to see the here we go. Your fulmination, which is the earthshock passive that I got there, did 1k damage. It's obviously going to be a bit higher at 100, and it's a really good finishing move just to end your enemy, so I'd probably try and save that up as best possible for the end of the game when you want to land a kill. As that guy just used there, that is your burst. I will just try and find that quickly for you as well. I forgot to put that in my bars. You can macro it to go with Spirit Walker's Grace, and what Spirit Walker's Grace is you can like cast while you're running. So on this guy I can do that. I'm just going to quickly use that proc, and then I can run and cast Lava Burst because I've got my Spirit Walker's Grace up, and that's pretty much all that does. Pretty simple. There it is. The Shaman transforms into a Flame Ascendant for 15 seconds. While in this form, Lava Burst has no cooldown, and Chain Lightning is empowered to become Lava Beam. I haven't shown you Chain Lightning yet. I'll quickly do that. All it does is it hits multiple targets. If I use this, it then turns into... oh, that's a proc for Fulminate. You don't get to see it, but that is the Fulmination proc. Telling you pretty much to use your Earthshock where possible. I didn't actually get to find the lava beam there, so I'll just put that on my bars because I'm probably still going to be talking when it comes back around to that. So this spell here, Shamanistic Rage or Shamanistic Rage, all damage taken is reduced by 30%, and I'm not sure if it still works, but it is usable in stuns, so it's a bit like a Druid bark skin. You've also got that shares the same cooldown, a Frost Shock there that shocks enemy of frost and reduces their movement speed by 50% and does a bit of damage. Really good fuck item. You've got your Healing Surge just here, which allows you to do some off healing. You've got this here, which is a Capacitator Totem, and it should stun them. There we go. Static charge, they're stunned. Grounding Totem takes 1 cooldown for you. I try and think of how... pretty much what it does is it redirects one of the harmful spells that have been used on you or a party member to the totem. So for example, if a Druid was using Cyclone, I could put my Grounding Totem down and the Grounding Totem would take the Cyclone so I don't get Cycloned, for example. Really good cooldown ability. And then there's the Earth Grab that will root them. There you go, roots 2 of those guys. The Earth Shock I've shown you. Oh, really starting to get a sore throat actually. I need to get a drink after this. There is Wind Shear that interrupts a cast and kicks them out of that school for, I believe it's 5 seconds. And once again, if you're new to the game trying to find out what class you want to play, or if you've already started playing in the game and you're not too sure what a school is, all the spells are in different groups, which is the school. So for example, a Shadow Priest would have Shadow Damage. It has Holy Damage for outside of Shadow Form, which was the heals, and yeah, that's it for Priests, for example. a Shaman, as far as I'm aware, just has nature damage. So, oh, actually, it's got frost damage there, fire damage, and I think there's nature damage as well, but I'm not 100%. So, if you, for example, if you got kicked on your healing touch, healing touch, I'm thinking Druid now. If you got kicked on your healing surge, you'd still be able to use frost shock and flame shock, or you should be able to. That's how it should work, and you should still be able to use your lava burst as well, and maybe even your lightning bolt. I believe you just can't use like your nature spells, which are like mostly your healing abilities, because you got kicked on a hill. Farsight's nothing really usable in arena. You just you just check out a different location. That's you there, that little spinny thing. That's all that does really. Cleanse Spirit removes curse effects from a friendly target. I got to try and give an example. For example, like Unstable Affliction on the Warlock. I will show you that when I get around to it. But that's what that does. Healing Stream Totem is the totem that heals for you. Ghost Wolf is just a form for you to run a bit faster. You get kite your enemies. Hex will turn your enemy into a frog until it gets dispelled, if it gets dispelled. I can't use it on that, but I'd be able to use it on a person and they get turned into a frog. Which means they can't play their character. It's a bit like a polymorph, but they can actually run around, and you'll see polymorph when I get to it. This you can't use in arena, but if you are raiding or whatever, it increases the haste by 30%, and you go a bit bigger with that there, just like that, bit faster casting. Purge removes one beneficial magic effect from your enemy, which is a bit like I think it was called Dispel Curse that I showed you on the Priest just one video ago. Serum Totem just fires some like fire at your target, nothing big really. Now Unleash Flame, it unleashes elemental forces of flame because you're elemental, and that increases the damage done by your next fire spell by 40%. So I could use it, which is down here on my bars. Increases my the damage from my lava burst, and that there is the Unleash Fury. That was my talent, which will increase my lava burst damage by 10% and my lightning bolt damage by 30%. Tremor takes a fear for you, but you have to use the tremor before they fear you. So if a priest is coming in for a fear, you pop down Tremor Totem and you don't get feared. The Tremor Totem takes it for you, a little bit like grounding, but Tremor Totem works, I believe it's for charm, sleep and fear effects. I just double check that for you guys. Yep, it removes, or it takes the fear, the charm and the sleep effect for you. I was right. Okay, cool. Thunderstorm there. What you do is you just basically knock the player away from you. I'll find an NPC for that, or try to find an NPC for you. Probably a bit faster if I fly. Oh gosh, my throat's starting to get a bit worse, guys. So after this video I'm going to have to get a drink, as it's starting to get quite sore. Okay, here we go. Boom! Knock them away. Now I'm just going to have to run. I'll show you how I've grab on them actually. Go, go, go! And I'm away. Done. Right. That passive there just gives more mastery for your party members, which is quite good. There's your Nature's Guardian. Right, God, it's quite late here as well, so I'm starting to get a bit tired and sore throat. It's I mean, I can't really say it's a bad mix, because they don't kind of They don't really go with each other, but it's just not nice to have both at the same time. Right, that's pretty much it for elemental. I believe I've already set my bars up for resto. We'll just have to check. If I haven't, I'll stop the video here and then I'll restart it again and set the bars up. It looks as though I haven't set the bars up, so I will be back with you guys in a minute to set these bars up. Okay guys, I filled up all the bars for both resto and enhancement, so hopefully my hard drive doesn't fill up too fast, and I'm going to try and do a video straight through to finish off the Shaman episode. So as a resto Shaman, obviously your job is to keep your team alive. You are the healer, and you've got, if you take Echo of the Elements, you have 2 stacks of Riptide, and Riptide is kind of one of the main abilities. If you keep water shielding yourself, if you're not the target in arena, it allows you to regain your mana, and the mana regeneration is quite important for a Shaman, because without it you can actually go so when you use your Riptide, you get a nice little buff up here that reduces the cast time of your next healing wave by 20%, or the crit effect chance of the healing surge is increased by 30%. So you just be able to heal and surge there to increase the crit chance, or at least that's what I'd do if I was playing it. I've obviously gone for sort of very similar talents as to last time. I'm going to try not to cover the abilities that we've already covered, so the flame shock and that, the lava burst, all that stuff, the wind shear that's been covered, and the purge, etc. I'm not going to cover them because you already know what they do, and you'll see that in the elemental section of the video, which was the one just behind this one. If you are the target of the enemies, then you're going to want to put Earth Shield on you. What that does is it increases your healing effect by 20%, and it also triggers a heal when an attacker attacks you. So it's a really nice shield to have on a person that's taking damage, and if you're not the person taking the damage, you just want a water shield up, because you get 84 mana per 5 seconds, and melee attacks trigger additional mana restoration. So I mean, if you want to, you can keep water shield on while you're taking damage, but Earth Shield is probably more recommended if you're getting cleaved down by TSG, for example. You got a spell called Healing Rain as well, which you get in Enhancement and Elemental as well, I believe. I'm not sure if I showed it, but it's a nice little blue ring around you there that heals everyone in that area. You've got the Healing Tide Totem, which is an extra one for restoration, and it's a bit like Healing Stream, but it's only stronger, and it's a water totem with 10 health, and it heals for about 1k every almost 2 seconds. It's a really nice totem. I'll just pop it down and you'll be able to see there was a 2k on me there, 1k there, 2k there, so it's a really strong totem. You would be able to place it down alongside Healing Stream Totem as well, I believe. I'll just try and find that move as well now. See if I can pop them down at the same time. I can also show you what another ability does in the process of doing that. The Unleash Life move that we had the Unleash Flame as elemental. It's Unleash Life for restoration, and what it does is it unleashes the elemental force of life, and it heals your friendly target for 1k and increases your healing effect, or your direct healing effect, sorry, by 30%. So basically what that does is you'll use it, and then when you go for a heal, you will do 30% more healing because it's a direct heal. Heal over time or a hop would be your Riptide. It wouldn't count as that, it would only count for your hard cast. It's a direct heal. Yes, got 2 stacks of Spirit Link as well, which it was a new update to the Echo of the Elements talent in patch 6.1, and it's quite OP that Shamans now have 2 Spirit Links, because what it does is it reduces the damage taken by your party and raid members by 10%, and every second the health of all players affected is redistributed. So it's so that all the players are about the same percentage of health. So basically, I will try and give a scenario, and basically you are 10% health, and 10% health is probably about there, so you're really low on HP. Both your teammates are full HP, so you're going to place a spirit link, and then that means that you go up to about I guess you'd go up to about 50%, and they'd both come down to about 50%, so you're all on about 50% HP, and you will take 10% less damage as well. So what you'd be able to do if you were that low is you could spirit link, and then you could use your Ascendance move, which I also showed you in the elemental one. And what this does is the healing is duplicated and distributed among all nearby allies, so it's like evenly distributed. So basically, you'd spirit link, you'd all go to 50% HP, you'd pop this, and you casting this heal would actually heal you and your teammates as well, because as you can see, me healing myself, it's also healing that guy there and that guy there, and that's basically what it does. You'd be able to top your team, it will count with a Riptide as well, and you'd just be able to pump out a load of heals to make sure that you and your team don't actually die because of the spirit link. So the link's a big saviour, but using both of these cooldowns at once to keep your team alive is a really bad exchange on your part, but sometimes it has to happen, and that's a shame really, but it is what it is. You've got your res there that just reses someone that dies, and that's pretty much the basics for Shaman really, or for Resto Shaman, sorry. So now I'm going to swap over to the enhancement. If you're an experienced Shaman, then you can leave a comment in the comments section if I missed anything crucial that you wanted to cover. Also, if you want to check out a really good Shaman, a really good Resto Shaman shall I say, then I advise you go and check out Sidu, and you could find him on his stream at twitch.tv/SiduX, and you'll be able to watch some of his Shaman gameplay. He, in my opinion, is the best Shaman around at the moment, and you'd be able to learn quite a lot off of him because he's been playing Shaman for so long. So there's a bit of information there for you if you want to look more into Resto Shaman. Anyway, without further ado, I will get on to the enhancement. And once again, the moves that you've already seen, such as Healing Surge, Grounding Totem, Wind Shear, Hex, Chain Lightning, Tremor Totem, Healing Stream, that kind of thing. I'm not going to cover those moves again because I've already covered them in the elemental section, which is 2 bits back from this video, because Resto's just before this one. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the enhancement quickly, and then I'll end the video and we'll start with the next one. Anyway, let's get into this. So what you'd want to do is you want to use this, because what it does is it grants you an additional 25% chance to crit the enemy with your nature damage. And you'd also want to use your Lava Lash, which you have over here. Requires a melee weapon. Apparently I'm not wearing one. I'll just wear the axe, I guess. No? I'll check. Let's go. Okay, I did not anticipate this. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. So let's begin. Oh yeah, no, I'll continue where I was even, sorry. So the Lava Lash deals damage to the enemy, and it spreads your flame shot to more enemies. So if you flame shock them, and then you go in with the Storm Strike, and then you go in for the Lava Lash, what you do, if you don't know if you saw that, but it spreaded the flame strike to him and him as well, And basically what this proc is above your head here is Maelstrom Weapon. It reduces the cast time and mana cost of your nature spells that have a cast time that's shorter than 10 seconds, and it's at 80% at the moment because you've got 4 stacks, but it will be, as you can see there, it just changed to 100%. And your next direct healing spell, the effectiveness of it is going to be increased by 50%. So I can just do an instant lightning bolt. The spells that are under 10 seconds that you can use effectively with Maelstrom Weapon would be your lightning bolt, your healing surge, your healing rain. You can just see them proc around there, and you'd be able to use those. So I can just use the heal and heal up like that. You got the Shamanistic Rage. I'm not sure if I covered that, but it reduces all damage taken by 30% for 15 seconds, and you can use it while you're stunned, which is pretty strong. So you'd Lava Lash, then you'd Storm Strike. No, sorry, you'd Flame Strike, then you'd Storm Strike, then you'd start Lava Lash, and you build up this Maelstrom Weapon. And at 5 stacks, you want to use Lightning Bolt. Unless you're low. If you're low and you need the heal, then obviously you're going to want to go for the heal. And with your burst, with your ascendance, the ascendance for enhancement, it auto attacks. Your Storm Strike becomes a Wind Strike, and it basically just bypasses armor. So if I put that here, what you'd be able to do is, for example, I'll just build up all my Maelstrom Weapon here. Let's have a look. We're almost there. Okay, there we go. So you'd pop your burst, and you can use the Feral Spirits as well. What they do is they attack for you. They're immune to movement impairing effects such as roots and stuff, and their attacks heal them and you. So you'd be able to do a ton of damage. You'd be able to use your Wind Strike and everything, and you'd just be able to pump out a ton of damage if you combine them together in a macro. And after this series, I will make a macro guide to help you guys out with making macros. But right now, I can just quickly make the macro for you, and then you'd be able to copy this if it's of any help to you. So I'll just go ahead and create the macro quickly. So I just do a show tooltip. Like that. Spirit, yeah, Spirit. Then you'd want to cast okay, there we go. So I made a quick macro for you guys. When I do a macro guide, I will tell you guys what all that means, but it's basically just put the 2 moves together, and it will pop both the moves at the same time, which saves you pressing the 2 separate keybinds that you've got for them, and it just helps save a bit of time. So what I'm going to do is when they come off of cooldown, I will go ahead and I will show you the burst. I'd prefer not to stop the video, so I'm going to see if there's anything else I need to quickly cover before the video ends. Actually, yes, I can cover Spirit Walk. What that does is it basically just gives you a sprint for about 15 seconds, and your movement speed, is increased by 60%. So it's a really efficient kiting method, especially with a Earth Grab totem. You'll be able to Earth Grab them and run away. Or if you have Wind Walk totem, you'll be able to use that as well. The lag for this video is actually quite bad compared to normal, because I'm currently rendering out the previous video that I'm to upload, and that's the priest guide that you guys have hopefully watched. If not, then you'll be able to see a link to it at the end. But yes, I'm currently rendering out that video, so the quality is not, sorry, it's lagging more than it usually would. So that's a big shame. And that's perfect timing because Ascendance has just come off of cooldown, and after I've shown you the macro working, then that's going to be the end of this video, because I've pretty much covered everything, I believe, or covered all of the basics now for Shaman. So without further ado, I'm going to show you that it uses the Feral Spirits and the Ascendance together in the macro. There we go. Have we seen that? Use both at the same time, and then I'm using the Wind Strike that just goes through the armor, or bypasses the armor, whichever you prefer to say, and just doing a ton of damage, getting a ton of heals there, as you can see. And that's pretty much it for Shaman in this basic guide. Any more questions, be sure to leave a comment in the comments section. I'll try to get back to you, or I will get back to you, but I might have to ask some friends to help me with the question if it's a bit beyond my basic knowledge. But hopefully I've managed to answer everything for you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a like on it, because it allows me to know if I'm doing well with this video series, and it just gives me a push in the right direction to see that I'm actually making my videos correctly and that you guys like it. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, which I think is going to be I actually can't remember what the next video is. I believe it's Warlock. I'm just going to quickly forever to close. I'm pretty sure it's Warlock. Pretty sure. No, it's Mage. So I will be back with the Mage video in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.